Selective tendering enters the chat regarding those $500 million sole select deals, an editorial by Ken Ollie. Between 2016 and 2025, relatives, friends, and associates of a minister from the previous government pulled down an estimated $500 million worth of public contracts through several registered companies. Some of these contracts, including basic services like grass cutting and garbage collection, were issued through a sole select procurement system where only a single supplier is considered. In other cases, selective tendering was used to shortlist pre-approved contractors for specific jobs, and some of these agreements were repeatedly rolled over for successive terms without ever opening them up to public bidding. Other officials of that administration also shared in the multi-million-dollar spoils. However, the previous PNM administration's heavy reliance on sole and selective tendering does not justify any current or future breaches of the letter and spirit of procurement law. The use of the public purse must always stand up to scrutiny. Even so, there are at least two telling lessons to be learned from the present scenario, especially as selective tendering contracts face legal challenges today. The first lesson is that PNM officials and their cronies have no legitimacy in crying foul now, given their own history of blatant abuse of the law in big money deals. The PNM top brass stayed entirely silent while in public office as agencies like UDCOT, the HDC, and others dished out hefty contracts through non-open processes. The HDC, in particular, became a slush fund for several party honchos, including one who is currently aspiring for the highest political office in the land. While a sole select process can be justified when a vendor brings specialized skills and experience that easily passes the smell test for competence and credibility, one has to wonder, what special capacity does a politician's pal actually have in grass cutting and garbage disposal? Ultimately, the PNM is clearly determined to weaponize procurement, playing to a friendly media in hopes that the nation forgets its corrupt past. The second telltale message pertains directly to the role of the National Procurement Regulator. In her first report, the regulator revealed widespread noncompliance and violations of the law, noting that a staggering $5 billion worth of contracts were issued in a single year without any competitive tendering. She reported that single and sole source methods were frequently used, indicating a level of resistance to the use of open bidding by public bodies. Yet, despite uncovering 33 entities flouting the law, the regulator essentially turned the other cheek rather than launching the legal action she is fully entitled to take. This lack of accountability is a recurring theme. Years earlier, another PNM administration was so knee-deep in billion-dollar procurement scandals that investigator Professor John Uff had to issue 91 far-reaching recommendations, writing that money assigned for public construction projects must not be allowed to be corruptly diverted. The country rightfully expects the current procurement regulator to be even-handed and transparent in executing her critical duties under the law. Furthermore, it is still not too late to haul those corrupt criminals to justice.